We have some breaking news to tell you about. Parts of the Washington County town of Fort Anne are currently being evacuated at this hour because of a dam break at Hadlock Pond. That's in the west part of Fort Anne, right off Route 149 in Fort Anne. Authorities have closed down several roads as a precaution. Route 149 is closed between State Route 9L in Queensbury and State Route 4 in Fort Anne. Numerous other roads are closed as crews try to keep residents back from the area. Our Jeff Stoecker is at 149, about 3/4 of a mile from the area. He's now on the phone with more. Jeff?
Well, Kristy, yeah, we are here. It's at Route 149 and the corner at Hadlock Pond Road. We are currently anywhere between a half to 3/4 of a mile away from the dam, which we are told is really falling apart. We've spoken with some people who are actually on the lake, some residents who called us, and we've been in contact with them, and we're told that the dam started out with an 8-foot wide break, and then it started expanding, and now they're telling us that the dam is falling apart. The break in this dam may be as wide as 70 to 75 feet. Some of those residents that we spoke with on the lake tell us that the water levels of the lake have fallen precipitously. It's down maybe 12, as much as 15 feet, and they say that the boats that are docked at the edge of the lake are completely on solid ground at this point. Now, on the south end of the lake, where the dam is located, there is one house that is on fire. Now, fire crews were not able to access it because of all the severe flooding that's going on around it, so they actually had to access it by boats, and they really haven't been able to put much of a dent in the fire. It's mostly burning. There's no sure answer as to what started this fire at this point. They believe that maybe some water created an electrical shortage, but there's no confirmation on that. We're told at this point that there is nobody who, the house rather on fire was evacuated. There were no injuries in that home, although that is not 100% sure. That's what our initial reports are coming across. Again, we are about 3/4 to a half of a mile away from the dam. They're keeping people back because the water is literally rushing right across Route 149. We're not at a location where we can see too much of the water, but we're told it crosses 149 in two parts. And right now, obviously, residents are very concerned. They've evacuated a lot of the houses on the south end below the dam. We've heard some reports that maybe some of the houses are already flooded, and
Wow.
We don't know anything like that for sure yet. We're waiting to hear official word. We're just expecting word shortly from the command post.
Hey, Jeff, Jeff,
Yes.
Are any of these people trapped in their homes, or were they likely to get out in time as this thing started to crumble?
Well, we don't know for sure. We've heard conflicting reports on that front. What we have been told, though, is that this dam, if it broke, it would have gushed rather quickly, and the lake levels, from what we're told, dropped right away very quickly. We're also told that there is a public beach very close to the dam, and so that would create a very big problem for anybody who might have been swimming there. Again, this happened at about 6 o'clock, so obviously, a beautiful day like today, perhaps a lot of swimmers out on the lake in that public swimming area. We don't know anything for sure about what's happened, but we are told that that area is very close to the dam.
Jeff Stoecker reporting live, and flooding is likely on the Halfway Creek down to Fort Anne. Meteorologist Jeff Smith is here with more on that.
Yeah, Kristy, obviously a very dangerous situation out there. Let's go over to our map software right now. Northern Washington County under a flash flood warning. We're going to zoom into the West Fort Anne area. I'm going to the Hadlock Pond Dam, which is right in here. This creek right here, which is Halfway Creek, is flooding, and it's flooding down across Route 146, like Jeff Stoecker was talking about. And the water rises are going to continue off to the east over towards Route 4. That's why Route 146, or Route 149, I'm sorry, Route 149 is closed between State Route 9L and US Route 4 in Fort Anne. We're going to be watching the water rise along that creek, and also all the way up into the Champlain Canal, which runs along Route 4. You see all the way up to the Whitehall and Fort Edward area eventually. So this may have far-reaching effects in the area. A flash flood warning means that flooding is already occurring. Obviously, we have the flooding as being reported, and you should move to higher ground and away from the affected streams. Again, we're talking about the Halfway Creek in Washington County, and also along the Champlain Canal, all the way up between areas of Fort Edward and Whitehall, eventually being affected by the rising waters. Kristy, back to you.
Once again, just a brief recap. Parts of Washington County, namely the town of Fort Anne, currently being evacuated at this hour because of a dam break at Hadlock Pond. Fire crews have been out there. We, of course, have a scene in the area, and we'll bring you the latest information coming up on News 10.